A mariachi band greeted teams as they landed in Mexico for the FIFA World Cup. Over in the US, Senegal and Uzbekistan were subjected to searches on the runway tarmac. Kickoff is in 2 days, and it's the biggest World Cup in history. 48 nations, if they can get in. For many players, officials and fans, getting into the US is proving as difficult as qualifying. Omar Artan, Africa's Referee of the Year, had been selected by FIFA as the first Somali ever to officiate at a World Cup. Then border control sent him home at Miami airport. Somalia is one of 39 mostly African and Muslim countries on Trump's travel ban list. Iran said today its entire ticket allocation has been withdrawn. 14 of its staff were also denied visas, and the players got theirs just 10 days before their first match. Uzbekistan's team was greeted for training with drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors. Iraq's team photographer was detained for 10 hours and deported due to classified information. Iraqi striker Ayman Hussein was also held and questioned for nearly 7 hours before being allowed in. A Moroccan fan group said 95% of their visas were denied, and the media have not been spared. The International Sports Press Association said it was unacceptable that accredited Iranian and African journalists have also been banned on arrival. FIFA's response to all of this? Host governments determine who enter the country. Nima Tavali, Iranian football journalist, joins me now to discuss. Nima, is this actually a problem, or is it just rigorous security?
Well, of course it's a problem, because we have to go back to 2017 when Gianni Infantino spoke about how important how important it was that whoever was to host the World Cup would also be able to accommodate all the staff, journalists, players, and so on. And fast forward to 2025, when he said, again, and I quote, that I think it's important to clarify that there's a lot of misconceptions out there. Everyone will be welcome in Canada, Mexico, and the United States for the FIFA World Cup next year. There's a process to go through to get visas and so on. This process will be smooth. Well, he lied on both accounts, didn't he? Because it has been anything but smooth. And what we've seen the last couple of days has been a complete embarrassment and a circus.
Yeah, actually, that quote from 2017 from Gianni Infantino, FIFA president, it implied that FIFA would sort of take a firm line on this. I have it here. He said, any team, including the supporters and officials of that team who qualify for a World Cup, need to have access to the country. Otherwise, there is no World Cup. And he basically said each country can bear this in mind and then make up the decision whether they want to bid or not. He was directly referencing the US travel ban here. And yet now FIFA is not really intervening on behalf of the players, the officials, or their fans. Is this a FIFA failing?
Without a doubt, it's a failure by FIFA. You see, I'm one of the people who don't necessarily hold the Trump administration or the United States government responsible for this, because we know he went who he is, and he went to, he campaigned on doing these things. He did it the first time around in his first administration. This is on FIFA. They promised things that they did not intend to keep. And Gianni Infantino has been doing this throughout his tenure. I mean, he invented a peace prize to give to Donald Trump for no reason whatsoever, other than to massage his ego. And it's been like this throughout this entire process. And now we're 2-3 days off when the games start. You have complete chaos. Fans aren't coming in. Moroccan fans haven't been let in. Scottish fans don't know if they're allowed to be let in. It's a complete mess.
And it's not just at the border, right, that we may see scenes like this. The White House's World Cup task force actually said that it couldn't guarantee ICE agents would not raid stadiums. What does this mean for how the World Cup could play out?
Well, I mean, we've all seen the horrific images of what ICE agents do when they shot and killed this poor woman, whether if she was driving too close to them or not, and to the point where even local officials and local government, local state officials were asking him to pull back ICE to stop the harassment of their citizens and their people living in those cities, and whether it was Minnesota or wherever it was. Look, this is, I'm going to be honest here. I fear for the safety of people traveling to the United States for this World Cup. The few who are let in after the humiliating rituals that the U.S. Border Patrol have whenever they let in people. I mean, we saw today the Uzbekistan national team, or it was actually yesterday, the Uzbekistan national team, coached by former Ballon d'Or winner and Italy World Cup winner captain Fabio Cannavaro, having essentially canine sniffing where you don't want canine sniffing, like he's a drug mule. It's embarrassing.
And finally, Nima, as the US hosts this World Cup, it is still effectively at war with Iran. A fragile ceasefire holds. Yet Iran qualified, FIFA invited them. Now their fans can't get tickets, their staff can't get visas, their players get their visas last minute. Should Iran even be expected to participate under these conditions? And I suppose from like a sportsmanship perspective, is this fair? Having no fans allowed into the country, could that disadvantage them as a team? What is the situation here with Iran?
Well, the Iranian FA, as well as the players and the national team coach, have already complained to FIFA, saying that they're not being given the same opportunities as everyone else, because including in those 15 players that people who didn't get visas are 2 match analysts, there are media people, security people, head of security, which is particularly important given that Donald Trump essentially threatened the safety of the entire Iranian squad a couple of months ago on Truth Social, and then of course walked it back like he usually does 3 minutes later. I mean, of course this is going to have an impact. I mean, again, we've seen the Iraqi national team photographer, despite having a visa, not being let into the country. Who knows what will happen when Iran tries to enter with a multiple entry visas to play these 2 games in LA as well as in Seattle. I genuinely think there's going to be more problems, more confrontations, and I really hope that no one gets hurt.
Nima Tavali, thank you so much for your time.